around to tell me. So I don't know. How's everybody doing? Good.
I'm good, man. I just finally got my video to work. I don't know what was going on.
Oh. Yeah, I can't carry it with my good looks alone, Michael. I need your video here, buddy.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
We all know that.
I know. I mean, I hate to state the obvious, but let's. Cool. Hey, everybody's here. Huh? Cool. Curry, welcome. Jax, good to see you. Happy New Year. Brain and Diane, always a pleasure. Kenneth, good to see you too.
Lil Diddy,
what up?
I loved it. Diane said,
Brain and Diane,
is there a Facebook for the blind tonight? And I was like, yes, Diane. I was particularly proud of myself.
We take 1 week off a year. It's in my contract, actually, that I only have to work 51 weeks a year.
Oh, that's nice. Excellent. Did you hear I have some extra time off?
Yeah, I did hear that. I heard you pulling that same fucking scam you pulled twice already this year.
Quarantine 2, electric boogaloo, baby.
How are you feeling?
I'm fine, man. Look at me. I'm fucking glorious. Hey, what's up, Lee?
The fever gives you a nice glow.
No, the fucked up part is just the rest of my family. The rest of my family's sick. I'm not so hot. Hey, so Lee's a first timer here. So what should we tell her, audience people?
What's important to know
about this?
We love to hear laughter.
Ooh, there you go.
And nothing else.
And nothing else.
Except for always my children.
And apparently Michael's in a dungeon tonight.
Yep.
This is my new dungeon.
Okay.
I was here 2 weeks ago as well.
Mm-hmm.
There's a kill room behind me.
Oh boy.
Really scary. It's an old coal storage room or something. It's terrifying in there. And then one time somebody put a chair in there and didn't tell me. So I just opened it and there was just a chair.
Ooh.
It doesn't seem like it should be that scary, but you just don't get how scary it is down here, man.
That's some very Blair Witch chair projects action going on
there,
man.
I run up the stairs.
Too funny. Well, I can't believe this. I got all kinds of extra time today because I have the day off. For those of you who are not my closely watching Facebook friends, I have COVID again. So that's fun. It's been a year and yay. But honestly, no, I feel fine. Everything's fine. I might have some memory loss because I just think, did I say all this a minute ago?
Kind of feels like it to me.
I know.
Did you have your booster, Eric?
I did not get my booster, and that was remarkably stupid because I work with plague patients, and that's just a terrible idea. Oh, and Karee's laughing. Why? Because it's freaking true. Karee was in the room when a client came in and handed me the phone, and we do a lot of troubleshooting with the phones. So I was like, oh, what seems to be the problem? She goes, it says I'm positive. And I was like, and this is the thing. This is the funniest thing, Karee. I have discovered when I remember this, I see myself dropping her phone like a hot potato and stepping back. But that is not what happened.
No.
You hugged her. You're like, I'm so sorry.
I hugged her and French kissed her to show her my compassion.
Oh.
No, it's just like, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I am a very convivial person, and there are rules of friendship and rules of handling strangers' phones and all kinds of rules, and those overrode like basic safety. And
it seems to me that Gen X always, for as long as you all have been able to talk, you've known the right thing to do.
Yeah.
You're just too lazy to do it. Is that? I mean, I think is that what happened?
No, I'm thinking more like, do you remember those Korean pilots that wouldn't contradict the captain and went ahead and just crashed the plane? Remember that one?
Yeah.
I think it's that. I think it's just when you have too many rules, you'll just kill yourself. That's the way it goes.
You guys are like, we made MTV. Okay, that was it. That's all the revolution we have in us. Music on television. You saved the planet. Well.
I'm
I'm just
trying to
joking.
get,
You guys
I'm
all
trying to
suck.
give you 2 stink eyes right now. Hey, I wouldn't do this except I have COVID, so I'm pulling the COVID card, but I need to go get a drink.
I actually am not making fun of you for the hug. I want to be clear about that. I'm making fun of you for not getting your booster. The hug is actually sweet. I mean, you know, it's if you're gonna die, do it because you loved somebody too much or loved everybody too much. That's beautiful. That's why we love you, Eric.
That's such a flashback to HIV in the 80s, but thanks. I appreciate that, man. That's great.
Dude, seriously. I mean that there's a real I mean, I don't think it's a real like perfect comparison, but for people who were recognizing what was happening in the 80s and 90s, like for people whose lives that was touching, it was this pandemic that just would not end.
Yeah. Tonight's gonna be a weird show, everybody. It's just me and Michael. Our
Us.
It's us, and I'm really grumpy. I'm grumpy and tired. People keep asking me how I feel, and I'm like, I'm grumpy and I'm tired. I barely noticed a difference.
Like, there is no difference. For me, there's no difference, dude. Yeah, 100%.
Mr. Michael, since you are the co-host, could you keep everyone entertained for a minute? I have got to go get a beverage because I got cotton mouth. I'll be right back.
Yes, sir. Hi, everybody. So normally Eric would tell us some news, but actually, one thing that I saw just drop is that there was like some subpoenas for Donald Trump, Don Jr., and Ivanka. Did you guys see this? You can talk back.
Yes.
Did you see this? I just saw it like right before I started getting my memes in order.
Yeah, someone testified about Ivanka telling Trump to do something about January 6th. Well,
now that I saw a couple of days ago.
Yeah, so that there's
this is New York. New York's Attorney General has subpoenaed Don Jr. and Ivanka Trump. So not Don Sr., Don Jr. and Ivanka in a fraud investigation.
Sweet.
So, yeah, that's big news. I also saw Elizabeth Holmes. Do you guys know who that is? Elizabeth Holmes.
Nope.
She did this. Yeah. She had this like fake startup in Silicon Valley and conned people out of billions of dollars.
Is this the Thanos
and
one?
She was just Theranos. That's what it was. Theranos, which was going under anyway. They had no idea how close Theranos is to Thanos. Like they didn't have one comic book nerd in that meeting because any of us would have been like, I wouldn't name my business something that sounds like Thanos. But yeah, Theranos, which was just like a bullshit company that they said you could test your own blood at home. The whole thing sounds preposterous to me. Like, where did people think the blood was going? But anyway, it was just spinning it around inside a box. It wasn't doing anything at all. And so she defrauded these billionaires for like a ton of money and for over 10 years. And she just got convicted as well, which I knew she would. You can't steal money from rich people. You can steal money from poor people and they call you a senator. You steal money from rich people and you go to prison. That's how that works. Never steal money from rich people. They will come after you for that shit.
It was also a really good example of how Silicon Valley has gone completely batshit crazy. Because she was promising that you could test for like hundreds of different things in the blood within like 10 seconds or something.
The thing is, for people who've grown up on CSI and Star Trek, they've seen that before. You know, that exists. You need to build up any framework for that.
Right.
I think I could go. No, I'm not ready. I'm sorry. I'm like jumping the gun.
Don't worry. I already covered the Don Jr. and Ivanka stuff.
Oh, did you? Yeah. Breaking.
Yeah.
Although it's a civil suit, not a criminal suit. Until I hear criminal and see like, handcuffs, it ain't real. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they don't like losing money. It just feels good to see. I always feel good every time a rich person loses money. I always feel good about it. So that's my hope. Like my number one hope for the Trumps isn't that they go to prison, even senior. My number one hope for the entire Trump family is that they all become every bit as poor as me. That's my hope.
Okay.
That's the world I want to live in.
That's awesome. By the way, Lee, we normally don't start this late. I swear to God, I'm normally better at this.
Am I supposed to talk?
Yeah, you
Oh, I
can
can
if you
talk?
like.
I didn't know I could talk.
You can
We
talk.
haven't started the show yet.
No. No, I suck royally. Lee, welcome here. Hey, so guys, everybody, Lee is one of the newest comics on the scene. She's been going up and doing the mics at
Awesome.
Nola's. Yeah.
Where are you playing out these days, Lee?
Right now, nowhere. Well,
okay.
because
Me neither.
Jesse canceled this week, which was fine because
Yeah.
COVID numbers were so high. But it's usually Nola's is my favorite, and sometimes Canopy Club, sometimes Pizzeria Antica, sometimes Rose Bowl with Broad Comedy. I was going to go to Brouhaha for the first time January 20th, but I contacted them and I canceled because of the COVID numbers and because my son's family of 5, all adults, all vaccinated, are sick with COVID.
Yeah. Lee, and also Eric, I gotta say, this time around, I know so many more like people who have COVID than ever in the pandemic. This is wild how many people have this right now. It's this Ami, it just jumps through our defenses in so many ways.
Well, Friday, we were up to 580,000 in one day, COVID cases.
Wow.
And that's up from, I don't know, like an average of something like 350,000. So, because the New Year's holiday, it spiked tremendously. And I listened to Dr. Duck Vong, and he's saying that probably by the end of January, it will start going down. But right now, the breakthrough cases are concerning for me. And I understand the breakthrough cases. It's not like this conspiracy thing that the vaccine doesn't work. I understand it. I'm vaccinated, I'm boosted. The only one in my son's household that has absolutely no symptoms is my daughter-in-law's 62-year-old father who's been vaccinated and boosted. The rest of them didn't get their boosters yet. They were scheduled for January 7th. And
a lot of people just didn't have time to get their boosters yet. Like they literally, it depends on when you got. So my dad had COVID before, and so he had to delay getting the vaccine because by the time he was eligible, he already had COVID. So he had to wait 60 days or something. And then he got vaccinated, and then he got his second shot. And then they told him to wait. I think when they were first saying it, they were saying 9 months after your second shot to get your booster. And so he wasn't eligible for his booster yet either. He doesn't have COVID right now, but he did just have he was just exposed to COVID over Christmas. It was what is he supposed to do? There's not,
I went to the comedy show New Year's Eve, and then I learned about the numbers, and I was wishing that I hadn't gone. But anyway, I have a rapid test here. And so I'm going to rapid test tomorrow because that will be 4 days, just to make sure I didn't pick up anything. I've been staying in since then.
Yeah. Well, what else are you going to do? Yeah, crazy times. Okay.
I think my son heard me upstairs and he's laying by the vent calling my name. Daddy, I hear you.
I apologize. I need one more 45-second thing and I'm all good.
He needs to go potty again.
Yeah, he is. He is definitely going potty right now.
45 seconds got it down to a science.
He can tell by how it feels. This is 44 to 46 seconds for sure.
It's not a bladder buster, is it?
I definitely have more than one pee meme in this show coming up. So you all have that to look forward to. Come for the news headlines, stay for the piss memes.
Yeah, no kidding. I
Read
am
in the
anxious to
room.
get
Read in
back
the
on
room.
stage again. I am anxious to
More
get back on
piss
stage
memes.
again because it's fun.
Oh my God, it's been a really long time for me. So I took a hiatus in grad school, thinking as soon as grad school's over, I'm getting back out there. And before my last semester started, the pandemic hit. So like
Well,
there was overlap between pandemic and yeah, it was awful.
I took a 12-year hiatus. I started doing stand-up in 2009. And then I got a job
that's
and
awesome.
it happened and stuff. And so then I didn't start back again until this year. Well, last year,
Yeah.
2021.
I got something
Cool.
fun that only Michael you will probably get, but one day Rich Castle and I compared when we started, and I've been doing it longer than him.
I'm not surprised by that, actually.
I know. I am. I think it's hilarious.
Hey, so let's
Yeah.
let's hit it, yo. We're at 8 o'clock.
We are at 8 o'clock exactly. Yes, this is true.
Yeah, buddy. And I have 600,000 memes.
Okay, good. Awesome. All right. This is how we do it. We do a little bit of the news, then we go through rounds of memes, and then we close out with our post with the most, and we turn off the recording, and we have a little after party if anybody has any energy left. And I might, but I'm going to need a hot toddy break. So here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of the week we like to celebrate Facebook for the Blind, a show for the visually and Facebook impaired. I am your humble host, Eric. How are you all doing? Good. Let's get to the news. All right. It has been a heck of a time indeed. What can I say news-wise?
It's been a heck of a time.
Been a heck of a time. We went around the sun one more time. Let's see here. We had a lot of people freaking out about conspiracies, still tons of them. There was a new ABC News Ipsos poll that found that 52% of Republicans said that Capitol rioters were trying to protect democracy. Also found that 52% of Republicans said licking positive nasal swabs would protect against COVID. So a lot of lunacy out there. Lots and lots of crap going on. I think I even had some slides. I was going to show you all some slides because why not? I'm going to do that. So let's see here. 2021. I loved it, man. The Wall Street Journal reported that this was the year when finance jumped the Doge. From GameStop to Bored Apes, there was weirdness abounding among the meme-loving amateur investors. And I just like to point out to the Facebook for the Blind crowd, we were doing financial news with memes first. So
it's true. It's actually true.
Very strange year in weather. I don't know if you remember 21, but Texas froze. Remember that? And there was like super cold. There was a hurricane. The whole West Coast was on fire and covered with smoke that made our sunsets brown out here, which I had forgotten about. I was thinking about it. That was pretty weird. Tornadoes. Hey, here's an interesting one. I don't know if you saw it. Google was dethroned as the world's most popular website in 2021. TikTok took the #1 spot as the most popular website in 2021. Well, yeah, Lee, because you got 15 bajillion thousand TikTok followers. Meanwhile,
18,000.
Say
nice.
again. One more time. Get your handle out there, Lee. To our
18,000. Oh, I'm Miss Lee Shea and the number 4. 18,000 followers since September 8th.
Champagne comedy. Way to represent, Lee. Shaking your moneymaker on TikTok. All I know is that we are already on 9 platforms with Facebook for the Blind, and now I got to figure out one stinking more. So it's just a hassle. But yeah, the order was TikTok, Google, Facebook, Microsoft.com, Apple.com, Amazon.com. Have not figured out how to get us on Microsoft or Amazon yet, but I'm close. All right. Hey, I got some good news, and the good news is that vaccinations have now been shown in a lot of different studies to have prevented a bajillion deaths, a bajillion hospitalizations. And for those of you who can see this chart on my screen, look at that. So the green line here is pretty much, where we're at. And that red peak there back in September is what could have been. It could have been. We could have had I believe the way that I saw this written out was we currently have like 6 or 7 or 8,000 somethings, and we could have had 24,000 somethings every day. So we kept things better. Ooh, boy, did I do that really good. Doesn't matter though. PBS NewsHour, of course, reported right on Christmas Eve that COVID-19 helped erase almost 2 years from the average American's life expectancy in 2020. Making it the greatest change in American lifespan since World War II. So all those gains we got from vaccines and fluoride, gone, shot, totally down. Local hero Kayla Brown, who is a musician about town, and if you haven't seen her, you're really not getting out because she's everywhere all the time. She is reporting that she is recovering from her SARS COVID log thing, and she posted some other stuff. Her oxygen levels are good. She's back to doing well, so that's nice. Warren Buffett rejected Bernie Sanders' call to intervene in a strike from people at his own company, because what could you do? I mean, if you're just a billionaire owner of the company, I mean, you're powerless. What can you do? Marjorie Taylor Greene was suspended on Twitter. Finally, I was like, she's still on Twitter? That's amazing. With all the crap that she talks about. The Jewish space laser. No, you're fine. But COVID misinformation finally tipped the balance right around, was it about December 23rd? I'm going to say there. I always try to end on a positive, interesting, and or animal fun life story. So here we go, folks. This is Monterey Aquarium reporting the transparent-headed barrelfish, which has got to be one of the weirdest things you've ever seen. This thing with its eyes closed can actually see through its head in multiple freaking directions. I find that just kooky, crazy, nutty, man. I shouldn't even say eyes closed. I guess its eyes are all set back in there. I don't know. It's a weird looking transparent-headed fish thing.
Does it even have eyelids? It doesn't look like it can.
I don't know, man. I didn't read the article, man. I just look at the thing.
What the hell's going on?
Hey, who's got Kenneth saying what the hell is going on your bingo card? What the hell is going on? All right, and finally, and this is it, and then I hand it over to Michael for the funny stuff. DIY Science reports that by attaching, basically scientists in Singapore have discovered how to talk to plants. That is right. By attaching a Venus flytrap to a robotic arm, the team made a plant-robot hybrid, and they can now talk to plants, leaving me thinking, I am never going to get my kids to eat anything. Thank you, science. And that was the news from Facebook for the Blind for today, January 3rd, 2022. Handed it over to my beloved co-host, Michael LeBune.
I have a couple things I want to say about the news before I get into my memes. Number one, Warren Buffett. The Warren Buffett stands out there have got to fuck off. There are no good billionaires.
None.
Like, there's no good billionaires. I hear liberals defending this asshole. Like, there's no such thing as a good billionaire. Full fucking stop. Second thing is, these scientists, they got to quit fucking with shit. I don't like it when they fuck around. I think they put us on a different timeline when they turned on that Hadron particle collider, and I'm serious. And I knew things were wrong when the Cubs won the World Series. That was when I was like, this is not the right timeline. Like 1 week later, Donald fucking Trump wins president of the United States. Are you kidding me? Remember when they were just clowns? They were just fucking clowns standing around and shit? Do you guys remember that?
Yep.
Yeah. That's because of those scientists. They start dicking around with shit, man. You can't make plant cyborgs.
No. And I'd like to say, too,
that's how it ends.
Again, it is up to all of us to shame our dumb friends who do stand for the billionaires. I had a guy say, hey, man, why you keep going off on Elon Musk, man? The guy's trying to save the planet. Which is laughable on its face. Because it's just like, first off, when he invested in Dogecoin, which like just the computers to run Dogecoin offset all of the fuel savings for every Tesla on the road, even if you replaced a Humvee. Plus, that doesn't even take into account launching 14,000 satellites. Are those 14,000 satellites to save the planet? No, they're just spraying rocket fuel through the atmosphere for funsies and profit. And Elon is a dick. Off my rant.
Elon's dick. Glow fuck yourself. This is my first meme. Glow fuck yourself. You got to be following them on Instagram. They absolutely kill me, and they make sex toys. So they posted a text message conversation, and it says, "Where were you yesterday? There was nobody else to cover your shift." And the response is, "I'm sorry, I was becoming a father yesterday." Smiley emoji. And they say, "Oh, really? I'm happy for you, boy or girl." And the response is, "I'll tell you in 9 months." And the final message just says, "You're fired." Mike Primavera says, "Nothing like a close call slip in the shower to remind you that you're just a Jenga tower of blood."
That's good.
Oh, now this is a story in 2 or 3 parts. 3 parts, actually. So Neil deGrasse Tyson, friend of the show, Neil deGrasse Tyson, we like him. He's a physicist. He's fine. But he really fucked up. He really fucked up on New Year's Eve. And he wrote, "For Santa to deliver gifts to all world's Christians in one night requires hypersonic speeds through Earth's lower atmosphere, vaporizing his reindeer and sleigh. Just saying."
Jeez.
Left flank veterans, who I follow, they have an Antifa symbol in their profile picture. They responded immediately with "Shut the fuck up, nerd," which sounds like a veteran. Smash Mouth wrote, "Fuck off, there's your data." Retweeted by Not Sophia Coppola, who I really highly recommend you follow on Twitter. I steal like half her memes. They're great. Nice. And at Octopus Caveman responded, "Romeo, Juliet is the sun." Neil deGrasse Tyson loudly from the balcony, "No, she isn't." Oh, it's so good. I don't normally love seeing Neil deGrasse Tyson get dragged, but he fucked up when he went after Santa. This is a picture of Glenn Danzig looking sad, and it says, "I just found out cockfighting is done with chickens. That's 10 months of training completely wasted." Who was training him? At Cliched Out says, "Who is Rorschach, and why did he paint so many pictures of my dad being disappointed?" That's a fucking great joke right there. Oh, C's_Z_memes. Woo! This is a Cyanide and Happiness cartoon. And at first there's two people in suits sitting at a desk. One of them is wearing glasses and looking at a piece of paper. And he says, "Do you work well in tense situations?" And the man responds wearing a suit and tie. He says, "No, I freak out." And the man takes off his glasses and says, "You're hired." And the final frame is zoomed out, and we see that this interview is taking place in the police department. This one is funny because it's true. Introverted struggle. And closing your eyes for, quote, "just another 2 minutes," end quote, after your alarm goes off, and waking up 25 years later married with 3 kids and a dog. There's a picture of a man who looks really sleepy. I'm going to be honest with you. I just snatched this meme because this has happened to me so many times. I caught this one today floating around, and it just said, "After all this bullshit, we better be in the next Bible." I have no idea where I'm going to stop. I have 60 memes to get through. Trash Can Paul, another stand here. Like, if you got to follow Trash Can Paul if you're on Instagram. Trash Can Paul puts out just hilarious memes, and they're all dirty, and I love it. Spurt Magoo. Oh, this is another like multi-parter. Yeah, at Spurt Magoo. Trash Can Paul puts this up and says, "My mom has a new boyfriend, and recently he said that, quote, NFTs are ugly cartoons, end quote, and a, quote, multi-level marketing scheme for virgins, end quote." When I tried to explain the fundamentals of the blockchain to him, he said that he, quote, right-clicked on your mom's pussy last night, end quote. Any advice? I would say try to be like your mom's new boyfriend. Your mom's new boyfriend is kick-ass. It's just so fucking cool. So that reminded me of a tweet that I put up this week, which said, I'm going back and forth between understanding NFTs and being cool. Because I do understand NFTs, but like you can't talk about that shit because you don't sound cool. And weirdly, somebody called Reptilian Secret Society responded, "Greetings, we are a new NFT project and have just dropped our first giveaway and roadmap. Join us on the path to complete domination," is what they wrote. This is obviously some fucking bot that just responds to everything with NFT in it. But like, complete domination sounds like something a bot would say.
Dude, I want to add that to our mailing list. Facebook for the blind.
Complete domination.
Complete domination.
So weird. At Music Economore wrote, this is another one, just me talking about what I was doing on Twitter. It says, my coworker felt sick Tuesday, was out Wednesday. I ate lunch with her yesterday and they're positive with COVID today. And I responded with, it's Friday, I'm in love.
I understand that reference.
With not the most sensitive. Okay, yeah, Eric will give you a hug if he finds out that you have COVID. Me, I'm gonna make an obscure reference to a song from The Cure. I will tell you that my first response to this was actually just Saturday, but I didn't because it's not as recognizable from the song. I'm just gonna do one more meme and then give it back to you, Eric. I have no idea what's coming up next. It's a Pixar film, The Edibles. and the picture is The Incredibles just with bloodshot eyes. The Edibles, starring me and all my friends.
Nice. Nice. Oh, let's see. Friend of the show, Clay Foley says, I wonder how many husbands know I'm exchanging text messages with their wives.
Nice.
And friend of the show, Clay Foley, traveling comedian that we should say. He did Mason City here recently. You can see his shot. After finishing Cat Transport for 12 hours, did a spot at Mason City Limits Comedy Club. I got to tell you, that's I respect the hustle. I respect the hustle and wished I could have made this. But hey, I was contagious. So here's one from Atomic Retro Sci-Fi. Picture of one of those wall-sized computers, all line drawing. 3 scientists looking at it. It says, someday you'll be able to hold one of these in the palm of your hand while you poop.
And we do.
And we do. And I had so many memes left over from Christmas because we did our last show on the 20th. This is a whole long string of Christmas. Saw a lot of this sentiment. It's Mariah Carey, and it says, all I hope for Christmas is that it's through. And there's a lot of Mariah Carey hatred this year. I didn't realize it was pent up for so long, but this one I particularly like. This is a photo. It looks like a 1960s magazine cover. We've got a family standing around a Christmas tree with gifts, but they're all holding firearms, and it's captioned, "Find 3 mistakes and peace on earth." Just me. That's okay. This next one is three panel of the man talking to the boy on the park bench. Says, when will Christmas music stop? And Johnny Depp's character says, next year. And then they hug. We got Archie Bunker saying, too early for Christmas music. This is a picture of the grandmother examining the meme, and she's saying, is that my grandson wearing my sweater at the ugly Christmas sweater party? That's pretty good. Grumpy Cat dashing through the hell no. Surrounded by, Grumpy Cat. This is a Chihuahua in pearls on a shopping cart saying, get out of my way, Jesus is being born soon. Or Grumpy Cat, all I want for Christmas is something else. I liked. More Grumpy Cat, let it snow, make it stop. Little kitten, palms together, little paws saying, I don't mean to sound completely ungrateful, but could we not listen to Mariah Carey? I saw tons of this. Kermit the Frog, I love Christmas. I love Christmas shopping. Then we look closely, and Kermit is shopping for nooses. Maybe on Google. You can shop for nooses on Google. I want to try that after the show. Note to self. We have a dog laying down dressed as Santa Claus with an empty bottle of champagne saying, "Let's all make it a Christmas to remember." Got about 3-4 more left there, Michael. I've got a wide-eyed kitten under the Christmas tree saying, "Make them stop blinking." I thought this one was adorable. Look at how many reflections you can see in those eyes, like 5 or 6 Christmas lights being pulled into this meme. This next one is we've got John McClane, different meme. John McClane from Die Hard crawling through the air ducts with his big lighter out and a Santa hat on, saying, "Come out to the Christmas family dinner. We'll get together, have a few laughs." And I got COVID at Christmas dinner. That's why this is funny. So, and one of my favorite posts that I wrote myself, originally Hanukkah was a pagan Die Hard movie.
That's awesome.
I'm ridiculously proud of that. I wrote that.
Yeah, it's a good joke, dude.
And last but not least, just remember, there are about 22 shopping days left to Imbolc. It's your next February 1st. That's your next pagan holiday coming up. Just remember. And for those of you not familiar, I'm actually born on Beltane Eve, which is a high Sabbath directly across from Samhain. So if you're looking to buy me something, there you go. And that concludes this round of Eric's memes. Handed it back.
Right. That was I like how official you got at the end. It was like, we know.
Dates and times.
All right. Round 2, here we go. Let me ask you before. A couple things. Oh, I dropped my pen. First thing, Eric.
No.
Are you sitting on a whole bunch of CDC memes right now?
Nope.
Oh, you're not. Okay, cool. There were so many this week that I actually saved a ton, thinking that we might have to do a whole round of just CDC memes, but it's cool. It's good because I didn't bring them all up anyway.
Oh, right. Yep, you just reminded me.
It's no. I'm just gonna take them down. It'll be third round. Yeah. So if you want to get some CDC memes, we'll do them third round. I think I have like 5 or 6 ready to go. This is a picture of a priest praying. It's from Zoot Ghost at Zoot Ghost, and it says, "Priests wear collars because they want to be taken on walks but are too scared to ask." It's just weird. I don't know. At Jordan Adika says, "New year, new me, and this time I'm way worse." 101,000 likes for this tweet. Dope. Trash Can Paul, friend of the show, says, "Oh shit, I took both pills," and it's a picture of a red pill and a blue pill. It says, "Oh shit, I took both pills, and now I'm stuck in Albuquerque, New Mexico." And it's just a picture of Albuquerque, New Mexico.
It's hilarious.
And it's iStock photo. You can see embedded in the whole thing. Here's a picture of Ghislaine Maxwell, and it says Ghislaine Maxwell, 1961 to next week or so.
She's on suicide watch, and I got a sense of deja vu.
Oh my God, there was one that was like I saw a meme that was like Ghislaine Maxwell's security officers right now, and it was just a picture of a bunch of security guards sleeping. We make light of it, but like I really, and I even listened to the Daily, the New York Times going like, "Oh, there was nothing untoward happening here, just some prison error," and I'm like, okay, I want to know where the editor of the New York Times was at all those years that piece of shit was alive. Like, I don't know, man. I don't buy it. I think these rich people are killing each other to hide their secrets is what I think.
Real quick, I do love to tell people that I have taken prison rape jokes off the list. Comedians are not allowed to do those anymore. They're not funny.
Oh,
but
yeah,
prison suicide
jokes
those are still funny. Those
for some reason still work. Actually, to me, the joke isn't even that they're killing, like that they're going to kill themselves. The joke is that everyone is pretending that that man killed himself. Like, I firmly believe he was murdered.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, maybe I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I don't trust billionaires. I got to talk about what's up on the screen right now. It's repurposed porn meme, and this is like a repurposed meme of a repurposed meme. This is Riley Reid, who is in like the famous scene
God,
where she says, "Oh my God, you're gonna make me come." And then another meme that came out of there where she says, "Yeah, fucking spread it," which they of course put to like communism. Like communists are like, "Yeah, fucking spread it," right? Whatever. So first it was a repurposed porn meme, and then now they've actually photoshopped her face out of that meme and put her on Willy Wonka, and he's has this Riley Reid orgasm face, and it says, "The cumberries taste like cumberries."
The snozberries taste like snozberries.
Somebody did it again, and they put Riley Reid's orgasm face on Kurt Cobain's body from his very famous MTV Unplugged show in like the green cardigan, and it just says "Squirt Cobain." All right. Introverted struggle says is a picture of I think this is actually Lady Gaga looking over a wall, but you can just see her eyes looking over the wall, and it says me reading the messages via the notifications bar and pretending to not be online. And whew,
I feel seen.
that's me. The other side IG with some underscores in there says koala fingerprints are so similar to humans that even crime scene investigators have been confused by them. And then there's a picture of koala fingerprints and human fingerprints.
Oh,
but Nick Morrow at NR Morrow wants to know what kind of crime scene has both. Another glow fuck yourself has a picture of a gallon jug, and well, there's piss in it, and there's a cigarette off to the side, and it just says "The Way of the Road."
Nice.
What?
Because you piss in the jug, so you don't have to stop. All right. This is
Somebody's
this
never
says,
been in a real hurry.
Says shout out to Tom from MySpace. Homie cashed his check and bounced. He never tried to influence elections, be an advocate for, quote, free speech, end quote, purchase competitors, sell our information, or any of that. He just taught us all some basic HTML and rolled out. And seriously,
Nice.
Man, like,
Nice.
the guy never did us dirty. Like, never did us dirty. I looked him up. He ended up selling MySpace for like $585 million or something.
Wow.
Now he enjoys surfing and traveling and taking pictures.
Oh
That's
my
what
God.
that's what he does. He posts them to his Instagram. He's doing fine, everybody.
That's awesome.
Omnis Positivity Memes has
Love
a picture
them.
of Bert, who says there are literally no rules saying your New Year's resolutions can't be for evil.
Yup. That one made my 16-year-old laugh. So I was like, cool.
Just a couple more. And then it's back to you, Eric. At robots_Phil says, wife, I found drugs in our son's bedroom. Talk to him. Later. Me, sighing. Okay. So your mom's a narc. Oh, dude, I just saved this picture because it freaked me out. This is a picture of the Chargers' actual mascot. Eric, help me. Where the Chargers is a football team? I'm fairly certain, and I know they play in California, but I don't know what city.
Dude, that's a brain question. I got nothing.
San Diego, San Francisco. Is it a San? Well, evidently there's a football team. We are nerds. Holy fuck. There's a football team called the Chargers. I also kind of saved it because it kind of looks like a Max Headroom ripoff. Like, it looks like Max Headroom, who has a Harry Potter tattoo for an ear. All right, moving on.
Yeah.
Bookside didn't says 2 hours of cooking just to eat in 10 minutes, and now I've got to watch everything. And there's a picture of an old woman with a cigarette. And I think this is my last meme for this round, and it is a picture of a professional wrestler whose head has been replaced by the head of Jar Jar Binks. I think this is Batista, I'm pretty sure, just judging by his body. It's unsettling.
Nice.
It's sexually unsettling, I think is the right way to say that.
Ooh, that is a heck of a way to say that.
I want to say that I did see some head nods in the group just now.
Right.
Yeah, that is sexually unsettling.
Yeah, I'll go for that. All right, sounds good. Okay. All right, getting into it. And I don't think I had enough time to get loaded here, but that's all right though, man. I got some good stuff in here. I'm excited about it. Liquid Star posts 2021 lasted 5 seconds, and those 5 seconds lasted 20 years. That felt like only a few months. I hope that clears things up. And Mecha replies, except for boat stuck. That was 6 days of beautiful clarity in March. Yeah. Boat stuck. Yeah. I did like that. People really are truly all about coming unstuck in time. And I concur. I was talking to somebody the other day, and it was something that happened just before the pandemic. And I was like, oh my God, that feels like high school.
Yeah.
You know, and this one's from Wyeth Ruthven that says, I'm not saying it's been a long year, but this photo is only 11 months old. And it's Bernie in the mittens. We had so much content.
Dude,
Think about
that only
January
11 months ago? Holy
January
shit,
20th.
that feels like 2 years ago.
Yes.
It was a long year. 2021 was long as fuck, dude.
So long. Yeah, indeed. This one, I got a whole bunch of stuff about marking off the new year. This one, I believe, is my absolute favorite, from Eric Alex Rogers up in Chicago. Officially, Chicago has dropped the new and happy, because it's just on the building says year. And I was like, that is apt. That is, the Midwest is getting real. Look at the fog. It's just year. Here we go. New Year's Eve, 2021. Heck yeah. So a little dusting of snow. Got a little dusting of snow, a little bit on Christmas and a little bit the day after that. This is a picture of Al Pacino from Scarface, and it says, my snowman is real dope. And it's just a big pile of white on his desk. And hey,
is real dope. That's
dope.
Good.
A lot of people traditionally do the New Year's resolutions, and this is a picture of Che Guevara with a bunch of revolutionaries saying, when you meant to make a New Year's resolution, but actually made a New Year's revolution. This is the guy tapping his head, making himself very smug and smart. Won't break your New Year's resolutions if you don't make any. Yeah. I got that figured out.
It's called beat the system.
Yep. This is Willy Wonka smugly saying, go ahead and explain how you are actually going to do your New Year's resolutions this year. SpongeBob saying, I'll have you know, I made a New Year's resolution and I didn't break it until the afternoon. That's right. You know, one thing that a lot of people talk about all the time is like, I'm going to clean up my Facebook friends list. Stalin here says, I cleaned up my friends list before it was the cool thing to do. Like me some Stalin memes. This one here, I particularly liked. This looks like in the style of it's a simple cartoon, but it just says, the pig ain't playing. It says the fourth little pig's house was made of wolf skulls. They aren't very sturdy, but they send a message. Which I liked quite a bit. And Michael, I apologize for the short run this round, but we can do an extra round if you need be, because I still got lots of memes too. This one, to transition into your set, because I believe you said it, CDC guidelines, and Roy Wood Jr. says, CDC said you need to quarantine only if you're on a ventilator. But if your ventilator got wheels and a battery pack, you got to take your ass to work.
No shit. That's a perfect transition. You throwing it to me now?
I am throwing it to you, but I do want to report that Jessica Jackson, friend of the show, says the accuracy.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I have some memes to say about the CDC. Oh, this is still Jar Jar Binks, everybody. So Josh Hamilton 1 says CDC has announced new PPE recommendations: apple bottom jeans and boots with the fur. DL Williams says, "Licks thumb, come here." That's a direct quote from the CDC. At Mina Harris, friend of the show, says the CDC announced, "Fuck your life, bing bong." And at Michael Harriet, let me pause here and give a huge plug. At Michael Harriet is the former editor of the Root magazine. He's fucking hilarious. He claims to be a certified white peopleologist. He's really, 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 really smart, really fucking funny. And he quotes the CDC as saying, "Rub some dirt on it." Follow Michael Harriet. Ralph Anthony says, CDC in 2020, mask up. CDC in 2021, get vaccinated. CDC in 2022, it is what it is. Mike Sella at Mike V. Sella says the CDC says it's not Omicron unless it comes from the Omicron region of France. Otherwise, it's just sparkling COVID.
That's a good one.
So dumb.
This is a picture of a woman crying and a man who is pressing his forehead to her head, and his hands are on the sides of her head, and they're sort of embracing head to head. It's a really tender moment, and it said, and this is posted by Dumb Bitch Juice. It says, "He found me crying. He crew too. We both crowed."
What?
And listen, I have thought about this meme every single day since I read it, because it's almost perfectly like the fly, flew, flown, like structure of speech, but they did it with cry. And the part that gets me is he crew too, CREW. He crew too. That's the past tense of cry. I don't know. Wow. I thought it's so fucking weird. This is this says 2021 showing 2022 around the workplace. And you see, it's a picture of Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker. And he's standing at the bottom of those like iconic stairs, and he's pointing off to the right. He's got a cigarette in his mouth. And you see that he's doing all of this for the clown from It. What's that clown's name in It? Anybody?
Pennywise.
I can't remember. Pennywise. Thank you. Yeah. Welcome 2022. The Matrix Neo at Uncle Doomer has a picture of Morpheus, and he's looking incredulous, and it says, "You think a shrimp fried this rice?" Stupid joke. This is a picture of the most obnoxious hipster imaginable. He's wearing a plaid shirt with braces and a bow tie. He has a really fuzzy beard, and his mustache curls up like Captain Hook, and he looks really, really snobby. And it says, "I had the original coronavirus, not some variant." Meme Fistopheles. It's a picture of a woman whose like picture has been made to look more like a comic book, and it says, "Y'all be letting this social media shit fuck with your sense of self. I don't give a fuck if I got 10 likes or 10,000. It's not going to make me forget some of the things I've said in real life when I'm trying to impress someone." Oh man, this is my favorite meme this week. Trash Can Paul, and it's a picture of a woman wearing a very short dress, and she's been leaning over into a car with a guy driving the car, and it really looks like an exchange between a sex worker and a John. And it says, $50, whatever you want, baby. And he says back, "I want $51.
Nice.
Mag Aggie says, "My uncle walked into Christmas, filled a plate, ate in a separate room, and left. He was here for 4 minutes." And not Sophia Coppola says absolute king. All right. 2 more memes, and then all I have left is my post with the most, which is a little different this week. Trash Can Paul, it's a picture of a woman whispering to another woman, and she says, I heard he pees so hard it only takes him like 2 seconds. And my last meme for the last round. This is for all of you who are suffering during this holiday season. Jiz Zamboni says, testing positive was the first time I've ever ruined Christmas sober. And you see they posted this at 7:45 in the morning on December 25th. Christmas is ruined this early in the morning.
Oh, that's
Their
good.
family was not alone, man, not alone. We ended up having to cancel like one whole side of our family because of like COVID exposure. So everybody had a weird Christmas. Yeah.
Very, very strange. It's true. All right, going into my last round here. How fun. Where's my thing? There we go. We'll do this. Yes. So this is the Facebook for the Blind page. And if you're not following it, you're missing out. But I just posted 2021 sucked, but we had some laughs, didn't we?
That was good. I liked it. I reposted that.
we got 89 people reached there, 10 engagements, and yeah, I loved it. I was pretty good. I put it into our email link too. I was pretty happy about that. Okay, this one is called a True Story, and it said, today I learned there are only about 120 anonymous Michelin restaurant inspectors in the world. They spend 3 out of 4 weeks on the road and must vacate a region for 10 years if they think that a restaurant suspects their identity. And Onion Souls replies, imagine thinking your spouse is a sexy secret agent for decades, only to find out he's a restaurant critic for a Fat Tire Boy magazine. And Tara Pacina replies, better yet, imagine a real spy getting into trouble and mistaking a restaurant critic for a fellow agent, but the critic takes the job very seriously, won't reveal themselves, so gets pulled into some kind of huge, dangerous conspiracy while continuing to take notes on the quality of every restaurant they almost get shot in. And Shayla's like, I would watch that movie.
Seems familiar. Have I watched this movie?
I know, right? Athercia replies, I got stabbed here. The food was fresh and the drinks were tasty, but I got stabbed here. Would consider going back.
That's good.
The diminished lung capacity of COVID has given me a head rush off of that laugh. I just want to say for the record. Woo! We don't do a lot of pranks there. We try to do jokes, but I think this one is hysterical. Favorite new thing, scratching haunting things into bananas at the market so that when people take them home some hours later, the words appear and they think a ghost knows their secrets. You see a perfectly normal looking banana, and then hours later it says, I know what you did. Which that's a real chin scratcher for me. I'm like, I don't know. Do people have that much latent guilt? I mean, I know I do, but do most people have that much latent guilt?
We only know comics, Eric, so everybody we know does.
That's true. That's true. Oh, that's right. You have shame you can turn into laughs. That's hilarious. Okay, good. Okay, got about a dozen more. I have no idea. My buddy, friend of the show, Dennis Prieto, says the 50s were a lawless hellscape, and it's a recipe for tuna and waffles. This is posted by Atomic Living, Mid-Century Modern Madness of the Atomic Age. I highly recommend. And that is just a 19 color palette, a picture of waffles covered in some kind of gravy and tuna with pimento sliced olives in there and a tiny.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. Lawless hellscape. Lawless hellscape. If you have people that are still nostalgizing about that, fuck off. Send them this. I'll post it to our page.
What?
I think this next one probably holds one of the nearest and dearest places in my heart. Emily Alford says, giving me $150,000 for a PhD in creative writing was the government's own poor choice. And if I pay them back, they'll never learn personal responsibility.
That's awesome.
And that was reposted by Workers' Party of Massachusetts, who has been killing it. And if you're not following Workers' Party of Massachusetts, you are missing out. Friend of the show, Keith Bergman, says, I think my echo chamber is hosed down enough that no one needs to be reminded of this, but whatever your definition of alpha male is, if you have to pay to attend a conference of Instagram influencer, evangelical money launderers, fitness guru crooks, and pickup artists in the hopes that their stud musk rubs up on you, you ain't it. AlphaCon 2020, February 18th at the Grand America Hotel, Salt Lake City, Utah. We've got just a bunch of bros, a bunch of white bros, man. What Michael said in the last meme about the hipster beards, except without the cool curly mustache parts, just bros in like white t-shirts. Purchase your ticket below. It's absolutely fantastic. AlphaCon 2020. And Clay Foley points out, because you demanded diversity, we added a guy in a hat. It's just, I'm doing a poor job of describing the 10 identical white bros on screen right here in their t-shirts. Anyway, woo! Friend of the show, John Fugelsang, who has been killing it since the pandemic. I concur with our friend Michael. He posts, my plan is we pay Mansion and Cinema more money to support progress than the lobbyists currently pay them to oppose it. I'm calling it bribe back better. And crowdfunding buying politicians. So American was the comment from Strictly Christo, at Strictly Christo. So I thought that was pretty good. This next one makes me remember that I forgot to get an alcoholic beverage, because Adam Moyer posts, I just met a girl at the library named Brooke who calls herself a Brookworm, which is a good enough reason for me to start morning drinking. Yeah, it is. Doth at Doth the Doth posts, if you know someone who is effortlessly happy in the morning, that is a demon. You're friends with a demon.
True.
I know, right? And that was, of course, also from Ominous Positivity Memes. I think that's 2 sites in a show, so definitely should go on the list of must follows. And I love Joe Mugley, who replied with, I'm not grumpy. I'm just morningly happy challenged. And a picture of
Nice.
Call it Grumpy Cat, doesn't matter. Friend of the show, Joe Klosak, which other Bianca read. I'm sorry, Bianca. Hi, Bianca and Kenneth. You probably remember this. Joe Klosak says, another adventure in overheard cafe conversations. Known conservative who hangs out at the corner cafe and likes to troll people found some tourists willing to listen to him. They were explaining how dirty San Francisco is compared to their last visit sometime in the 70s. Then he says, and gay marriage. What a joke that turned out to be. Oh, getting divorced now. That proves gay marriage is wrong. Couple goes quiet for a second, and then the woman says, or it proves marriage is wrong.
Nice. They're not gonna like that one though.
It's very awkward right now as I sip from an empty cup, not wanting to leave you. I loves me some Joe Klosak. He is a great, funny guy, and we talk on Facebook as well. He's a good dude. Lee Marcus, local friend of the show, and if you've listened to radio, I could do an imitation of him. You've heard him before. He's, hey, this is Lee Marcus on the radio. Anyway, buddy of mine from way back in the day. So the TV just showed a picture of Stevie Wonder, friend in his early 20s. Stevie Wonder was black? Yeah, he still is. Are you messing with me? Friend, no, I've just never seen a picture of him before. Me, well, neither is he. Blank stare.
Oh.
He's blind too. Friend, really? No way. Me feeling the old washing over me.
Wow.
Friend of the show, Kimmy Schofield says, you got to reevaluate this friendship. Lee and I met each other in radio in the previous century. This next one is just the dark side of the Christmas tree, and the decor of the year award goes to, it is an A-frame in the woods, and they have done the white Christmas lights in a perfect white line, making a perfect white triangle around the A-frame, and a rainbow coming out the side, and a nice foggy forest. And I tell you what, man, that's some Christmas for me, baby. Right, yeah. Oh, so good. Got about 4 left, and then we get to our round with the post with the most. This next one is from friend of the show, Ricky Baldwin. It's a Christmas cartoon. We've got Santa in the doorway observing his reindeer, and it says, just before the flight, the disgruntled Clue prepared their own silent protest. And we notice the reindeer are eating beans. A lot of beans. As Santa looks on. Silent protest. 3 more to go. This is from 8 years ago. Posted by Being Liberal, and it says, trying to understand the behavior of some people is like trying to smell the color 9. Oh yes, and Ken posted, here come the synesthetes, which I only did because I wanted to say the word synesthetes. Sibilants.
It's a fun word.
Sibilants.
Never met one.
The synesthete?
I don't know if I would believe somebody. If they told me that was them, I don't know if I would believe them.
Remind me to tell you my personal story after the show. This next one is from friend of the show, Michael James Grassman. Time for my annual posting of They Have No Clue. It's a map of the Wisconsin area around the Great Lakes with a 2 inches to 57 inches of snow prediction.
Oof.
Hey, that's up your neck of the woods there, Michael.
Wow.
Yeah, right across the river.
2 to 57 inches of snow, somewhere in there. Just
some non-zero number. It's a non-zero number of snow. That's
yeah, of snows there.
Yeah.
All right, and closing it out, post from friend of the show, Mike Ingram in Champaign. A little conversation starter here. He's got 2 bottles of mustard, and it says, babe, did you remember to get mustard? Yes. Why did you say it like, oh my God, they're married? It's Mrs. Mustard and Mr. Mustard. Yeah, that's kind of wholesome fun some of my friends are having. Not you all, but. All right, Michael, you're posted the most. What you got, babe?
Here I go. So this thing about this is a Reddit, and it's our confessions. Okay, I'm just gonna read it and then I'm gonna say why I wanted to talk about it. It says, I masturbate to pictures of Ben Shapiro almost every day just because I know he would hate the idea of a male wanking to him. It's actually really difficult because I don't find him sexually attractive in any way, and especially just his headshots. But I've done it every day for about 2 years because I found it funny at first. But now I'm so used to it that it makes me feel incomplete if I don't do it every day. Here's the thing about this. The thing about it that I love so much about it is that this reminds me of my closer from my special. Do you remember, Eric? My whole closer
was
that I
yes.
thought I killed Farrah Fawcett because she died 24 hours after I masturbated to her. and then I thought I killed Brittany Murphy because the exact same thing happened. And then my joke was that I was trying to retool my sexuality to only wank to members of Al Qaeda.
Yeah.
Which, it was that was the right joke to make at the time. Now I think the right joke has been Shapiro. I think that's absolutely the better joke. What it should say, he should end it the way I ended it and just say, like mine was a threat, right? Because I killed Farrah Fawcett on accident. I killed Brittany Murphy on accident. And then I would just end it by saying, so TikTok, Ben Shapiro. TikTok. But yeah, I couldn't believe it, man. Like, they even a joke as weird and specific as that is redone somewhere else, man.
That's nuts.
Always something.
And it's so weird because you said Ben Shapiro, but for some strange reason, I pictured Jeff Bezos. And I just remember this post we put in the group. Jeff Bezos, I don't like it when people say I look like an alien. Therapist, well, you did exploit Earth's resources. Bezos, so I can build my spaceship. Therapist, Bezos licks eyeball. My My actual, which 55 people engaged on that one this week. My actual post with the most, I don't know, it was like 89, something like this, but it was my travel plans for 2021. And the expectations show a picture of the Opera House in Sydney, which looks like a bunch of bowls sort of stacked next to each other, like sailing, like sailing ships. And then next to it is just a drainer with bowls. This is reality. My travel plans 2021 expectations reality. Yeah. And I was like, yeah. It's like I remember seeing something that said, if you ever get lonely and there's just not people there for you, you know what's always there for you? The dishes. The dishes will always be there. So dumb.
They're always there.
So dumb. Oh my God.
All right. Did we do it?
We did it. And I think I'm working on a new closer for the show before you do your tagline. I think I'm saying, I just want to remind everybody that the set of what is possible has expanded way further than most of the talking heads on all the broadcast networks and the Facebooks. And a better world is possible no matter what they lie about.
Love you, George.
The end. I don't know. What do you think? It's too long.
Yeah. It's too long, but I liked it. It was earnest. I think we